Hello students. Last time we have explained about scope and significance of ecology, and we have defined the term environment, population, community together with their attributes or the characteristics and the structure of community. We also have explained the community structure, which is composed of producers, consumers, and decomposers. Today we are going to explain the next point, that is ecosystem. So the term ecosystem was first proposed by British ecologist A.G. Tansley in 1935. The concept of ecosystem is very much broad, and it explains the obligatory and casual relationships and the interdependence of biotic and abiotic factors or the components of the environment or the respective habitat. According to E.P. Odom, the ecosystem is defined as the basic functional unit of organisms and their environment interacting with each other. Means it is the basic functional unit of living organisms, and it interacts, or all the living organisms of the respective habitat or the ecosystems, they interact with their physical environment within their component, means within a respective habitat only. Whatever the number of living organisms which are present in a respective habitat or in a definite region, they interact with the physical environment and forms a basic functional unit of organisms uh, as an ecosystem. An ecosystem may be as large as an ocean or a forest or one of the cycles of the element, or it may be as small as an aquarium jar containing tropical fish, green plants, and the snails. All the ecosystems on Earth are connected to one another. So, the ecosystem is having not a limit that forms the well functioning or normally functioning ecosystem in various types. So, ecosystem can be very much large as an ocean or seas or a forest. So a particular forest can also be defined as a single ecosystem, or complete ocean or a sea or a estuary or a pond or even a crop field or a grassland or a wetland or a desert can also be defined as a ecosystem. So ecosystem can be very much large in size like oceans or forest or one of the cycles of the element. So for example, carbon cycle, which is um, performed carbon cycle, which is showing its transformation through various materials in a particular region, that can also be explained as a ecosystem. So one of the cycle of the element, or it may be as a small, or it may be very small, it may be as small as an aquarium jar with a smaller size and containing a tropical fish or aquarium fish, green plants, and the snails. So ecosystem can be a very small or can be a as large as an ocean and can support the life and whatever the species of organism in the form of community, that may include plants, animals or microorganisms that lives together, interact together and forms a complete or well organized and well functioning or normally functioning ecosystem like ocean. So ecosystem can be very large in size or can be a very small in size like an aquarium. All the ecosystems on earth are connected to one another. Since the entire earth surface or atmosphere or hydrosphere which is communicating as a single globe of the earth, and thus ultimately whatever the ecosystems present in the entire globe of earth, that is including atmosphere, lithosphere or hydrosphere, and these are the important environmental compartments. Wherever there exists life or wherever there are living organisms in the part of either atmosphere or lithosphere or hydrosphere, that will form different type of ecosystem, and all these ecosystems are connected to one another. Then little bit regarding structural components of the ecosystem. Means what are the components of the ecosystem? Just like a community structure, we have explained the living components in the form of producers or consumers or the decomposers, consisting of plants, animals and the microorganisms, forming the a living entity or the living component or the biotic factors of the community. Similarly, in ecosystem also there are two components, that is biotic component including all the living organisms or the living entities or living things, and abiotic components consisting of non-living or physical environment. So an ecosystem has two components. One, that is the biotic components comprising all living entities or living organisms, that is plants, animals and microorganisms, or can be called as producers, consumers and the decomposers. And second one or second component of the ecosystem, that is abiotic component consisting of non-living elements, that includes the habitat or the particular region or representing physical environment or physical component of the habitat consisting of gases, solar radiations, temperature, moisture, organic and inorganic nutrients. So all these are the abiotic factors which are present in the environment as a non-living components or abiotic components of the ecosystem. So structural components of the ecosystem is again consisting of two type of components, that is biotic and abiotic components, and these biotic and abiotic components of the ecosystem that are showing interrelation or the interdependence with one another, and thus forming an ecosystem or a particular ecosystem which is functioning or operating in the respective habitat, and this happens only due to the interdependence between the biotic and abiotic components or the factors of the respective habitat or the environment that will uh, be included or that will be called as an ecosystem. Then another term, important term of the ecology, that is biosphere. So biosphere is defined as a part of the earth and the atmosphere in which mainly all smaller ecosystems exist and operates. So biosphere is again a part of Earth and the atmosphere, in which there are large number of smaller ecosystems which are existing and functioning in the respective region or the part, which can also be described as a biosphere, or the part of Earth which provides necessary physical condition for sustenance of the life. The part of Earth which provides necessary physical condition for the survival or the sustenance of the life can also be called as a biosphere, or where actually the part of Earth where actually life exists. So the part of the environment wherever there is a life, or the particular region of the uh, environment wherever there is a life or living organisms living, that much part of the environment or the environmental component may be atmosphere, lithosphere or hydrosphere, called as biosphere. In other words, biosphere is a narrow sphere of Earth where atmosphere, hydrosphere and lithosphere meet, interact and make existence or life possible. So the biosphere is a narrow sphere of the Earth. Biosphere is a narrow sphere or the part of the Earth where atmosphere, lithosphere and the hydrosphere come together or meet together or intersect together and interact and makes existence of life possible. As in a figure we can see, these are the outside three circles, this one representing the atmosphere, then lithosphere, hydrosphere. So these three circles of the environmental compartments, that is atmosphere, lithosphere and hydrosphere, together will form the globe, entire globe of the Earth. So these three important environmental compartments, that is atmosphere, which is in a gaseous state, then lithosphere, that is Earth, including the solid matter or consisting of solid matter or a soil or land, then hydrosphere containing water or a liquid matter. So these are the three environmental compartments, that is atmosphere, lithosphere and hydrosphere. So according to the definition, wherever these three compartments or the spheres, they meet and forming the central part or a central circle, the fourth circle which you can see, the central circle that represents the connection or linking and interlinking or a close communication of the atmosphere with land or close communication of atmosphere with the water. So the part of Earth, the part of Earth where atmosphere, hydrosphere and the lithosphere meet together and it interacts. So this particular region interact and make existence of life possible. Means this particular region of the atmosphere, lithosphere and the hydrosphere, this will be a region consisting of a physical environment or the conditions which are suitable or useful for the existence of life, survival life, or growth of life, or reproduction of the life. So whatever the activities performed by the living organisms, and for the uh, performance of these living organisms, they requires certain physical components from the environment, and that are made available by this central portion of the biosphere. So the atmosphere, lithosphere and hydrosphere, these are three environmental compartments which meet along the earth surface and supporting the life, and thus this particular region, a narrow sphere of earth where atmosphere, lithosphere and hydrosphere meets, and these three regions, they interact. The physical conditions of the air or gaseous state, soil or land and the water, they interacts and making existence of life possible, or providing the physical condition for the sustenance or for the growth and sustenance or the development of the life, called as biosphere. The main subdivisions of the biosphere are atmosphere, which is a gaseous envelope of the earth, which extends up to the height of 22.5 kilometer from the earth's surface. Then hydrosphere, containing water or liquid matter, and lithosphere, that is containing land or soil as a solid matter. So the main subdivisions of the biosphere are atmosphere, that is the gaseous envelope of the earth, which extends up to the height of 22.5 kilometer. Up to this height, the life can exist, or the species of plants and animals can exist up to the height of 22.5 kilometer from the earth surface, representing the subdivision of the biosphere in the atmosphere. Then hydrosphere, or a water bodies, that is seas and oceans, which are extending uh, in a large quantity of water and supporting the life of the aquatic organisms or the plants in the seawater, oceans, and even the inland freshwater bodies like ponds, dams, lakes, rivers, that are also supporting the species which are adapted for the freshwater habitat. So, the hydrosphere is another subdivision of the biosphere, which is mainly composed of water or the liquid matter. And thirdly, the subdivision of biosphere, that is the lithosphere or the land, which is again having different type of habitats, maybe forest, wetland, grasslands, deserts. So, the earth surface or the land surface containing soil or a solid matter, that also supports the life of the organisms, that is plants and animals, which are of terrestrial mode of life. So whatever the organisms which are land living, that are occurring or that are getting their requirements from the uh, earth surface or the solid matter. So ultimately the main subdivisions of the biosphere are atmosphere, which is the gaseous envelope of the earth, which extends up to 22.5 kilometer from the earth's surface. Secondly, hydrosphere, that is waters or a liquid matter. So whatever the water resources, either fresh water, brackish water, or salty water or sea water, that also support the life of the aquatic organisms or aquatic plants. And third subdivision of the biosphere, that is a part of lithosphere or a land or a soil called as solid matter that also supports the life. So the atmosphere, lithosphere and hydrosphere, these three regions are the environmental compartments which meet in the center or at the junction wherever there is a close communication or the contact of the atmosphere, lithosphere and the hydrosphere. So this is the narrow sphere where atmosphere, lithosphere and hydrosphere meets. There only the life exists, or all living organisms or the biotic factors, that is plants, animals and microorganisms, which can survive or sustain only in that much part of the environment called as biosphere. The area of contact of these three compartments, the area of contact, this central part, this is the area of contact, this one, this one, this one. So this is the part or the area of contact of these three compartments, and interactions are important for entire life where basic processes like uh, photosynthesis and respiration occurs. So either aquatic plants or the terrestrial plants, they undergo the process of photosynthesis, and the animals which are either present on in the atmosphere or on the land or in the water, they respires, means undergoes the process of respiration, that is exchange of oxygen and carbon dioxide, that is respiration. So these two basic processes are occurring in the region of biosphere where all type of living organisms are present, that is plants and animals. Plants undergoing process of photosynthesis and animals undergoing the process of respiration. So these are the basic or important uh, processes which are mainly responsible for the survival of the life or survival of all living organisms, and that are occurring in the region of environment where atmosphere, lithosphere and hydrosphere meets, and providing a necessary or optimum conditions, physical conditions available for the growth, development or survival or reproduction of the all living organisms or entities including plants and animals. So the biosphere is the part of the environment wherever life exists, called as a biosphere. So this is the narrow sphere where the three environmental compartments meet together, and this particular central portion or the sphere at the junctions of atmosphere, lithosphere or hydrosphere forms a favorable condition, provides a favorable condition or a necessary condition for the sustenance of the life, or all living organisms will get their requisite or requirements from the biosphere only, and thus is called as a biosphere. So this is the part of environment wherever there is a life, called as a biosphere. biosphere is divided into Biosphere is divided into six biogeographical regions or realms, such as Eurasia or Palearctic realm or region. Second, South and Southeast Asia, including India. Third, Nearctic realm can be called as North America. Neotropical realm or a region called as South America, Fifth, Ethiopian realm or the region called Africa. And sixth, Australian realm or the region called as Australia. Or simply we can say these are the six biogeographical regions or the realms, or can also be called as continents. We can explain them as a components or the continents of the biosphere present on the globe of the earth. So the biosphere is divided into six biogeographical realms or the regions, such as Eurasia or Palearctic region, can also be called as Europe. Hmm? Then South and Southeast Asia, including India, can only be described as Asia. Then Nearctic realm can be explained as a North America. Neotropical realm or the region can be explained as a continent, that is South America. Then Ethiopian realm or the region, that is Africa, and Australian realm or region called as Australia. So these are the six continents: Europe, Asia, North America, South America, Africa, and the Australia. So these are the three continents of the biosphere or biogeographical regions or the realms where the life exists, and whatever the life existing in the form of plants, animals, and microorganisms, and forming different type of ecosystems in the environment. So this is about the biosphere. Then art ecology. Last time also we have explained these two terms, that is study of art ecology and scene ecology. So art ecology deals with the study of single species or individual species or a population and its number in relation to biotic and abiotic environment. So art ecology is defined as the total number of organisms or the total number of individuals belonging to same species and their interrelationship between the members of the same species together with the physical environment or abiotic environment or non-living environment, called as art ecology. So art ecology is a branch of ecology and it deals with the study of single species or a population with respect to number. So whatever the number of organisms or the individuals belonging to single species or same species present in respective area or in a unit area or in a definite region at a given time. For example, study of rat species or a population in a forest with respect to their number, total number, feeding rate, birth rate, death rate, and their interaction within their own species and environment. So, art ecology deals with the study of individual species or single species or a population. So, when we'll consider the study of single species with respect to its relationship between the members of the same species and their physical environment with respect to number, feeding rate, birth rate, death rate is called as art ecology. So art ecology is the study of single species or a population. So when we define or when we will consider only one species of the organism or a living organism for the study of its ecology, then is called as art ecology. So it deals with the study of individual species or a population and its number in relation to the biotic and abiotic environment or living and non-living factors. And the example of art ecology is the study of rat species, any ratus, maybe ratus, black mice. So, for example, study of rat species or a population in a forest. So, while the study of rat in a forest, we study the rat with respect to its total number present in a definite area at a given time with respect to their total number or population density, then their feeding rate, birth rate, death rate. So these are the some of the activities performed by the rat species in the respective habitat or in a respective region, and this much number of the rat population, they interact with their physical environment or the respective habitat together with the interaction between the all members or the individuals of the rat species is called as art ecology. Then scene ecology. Scene ecology, it deals with the study of different species or a community or their number in relation to biotic and abiotic environment or living and non-living factors. For example, study of different species or all the species of the plants and animals which are living in the forest and their relationships with the physical environment and among themselves is called as scene ecology. Means art ecology explains the population ecology and scene ecology explains the community ecology. So art ecology, in art ecology we study only one species or the population members, total number of organisms, whatever the number of organisms belonging to same species living in a particular area, in a particular region at a given time, where we study the ecological aspects by considering only one species or only one population with respect to their number. Means whatever the number of that species, total number of individuals present in the particular area, that is number, then feeding rate, birth rate, death rate. So these are the some of the activities can be observed in a population or in a members of single species, and we also study their interrelationships, with their physical environment or among themselves. So art ecology is a population ecology or the ecological study of single species. Art ecology deals with the ecology study or study of ecology of only one species or a population, while scene ecology deals with the study of different species or what all the species of plants and animals called as a community or total number of organisms or total number of individuals belonging to different species or all the species in a given area at a given time with respect to their number, that is total number, and their feeding rate, birth rate, death rate, and the interaction of all the species of plants and animals with their physical environment and with themselves. Means all the living organisms or different species of living organisms which are present in the particular region, they also interact with one another together with they interact with their physical environment is called as scene ecology or a community ecology. So this is about the first topic, that is the ecology. Uh, so today we'll stop here. Next time we'll continue the second topic, that is ecosystem. So today we'll stop with first topic. In this topic, we have explained various points such as introduction to ecology, and in introduction to ecology, we have explained various concepts, that is the definition or a scope or the importance of the ecology definition. Firstly, we have explained the concepts of ecology, then various terms, that is autoecology, scene ecology, then different branches of ecology, we can study the ecology under the headings like habitat ecology, population or demo ecology, then ecosystem ecology, conservation ecology, production ecology, gene ecology, taxonomic ecology, human ecology, space ecology, paleoecology, radiation ecology. So these are the some of the branches of the ecology, or we can study the ecology under various headings or under different branches. Then we have explained the scope and significance of ecology, where also we have explained about the scope of the ecology or the significance of ecology together with the community structure. Then we have also explained the various terms such as environment, population, the characteristics of the population, community, various attributes of the community. So this includes several aspects or the definitions or the important terms which we are going to study in ecology, or which are very much useful for the understanding of the ecology. Then we have explained the community structure composed of producers, consumers or decomposers, that is plants, animals and the microorganisms, which forms the living components of the community uh, found or present in the particular type of habitat. Then we have explained about the definition of ecosystem, then various components of the ecosystems. Usually we know the ecosystem is composed of living and non-living uh, factors, living and non-living factors, which are mainly present in any ecosystem. So ecosystem is again having very small size, representing the size of aquarium or the ocean. So ecosystem may be very small or may be very much large, supporting the life, and may possess, earth surface may possess a large number of ecosystems, small and large, which are living together or which are interconnected with one another. So whatever the number of ecosystems which are present on the earth surface that are interconnected with one another uh, in the form of the ecosystem. Then biosphere, so it is the part of environment where life exists. So the part of atmosphere, the part of lithosphere and the part of hydrosphere, that is gaseous state, solid state and the liquid state, that is gases, soil or land and the water. Wherever there is a life, wherever there are the living organisms in the form of plants, animals and microorganisms are present, so that much part of the environment is called as a biosphere. So simply the biosphere is a region where atmosphere, lithosphere and hydrosphere meets, or there is a direct communication of these three environmental compartments, that is air, soil and the water, that is atmosphere, lithosphere and hydrosphere. So together will form a narrow sphere having the favorable conditions or the physical factors or the parameters which are useful for the growth and sustenance of the life, and thus can be called as a biosphere. Then we have explained the terms, that is earth ecology and scene ecology. So in ecology we can study the ecological aspects with respect to only one species or all the species at a time in the form of either population or the community, or we can study the population ecology or community ecology with respect to the studies of ecology, that is earth ecology and scene ecology. So in earth ecology we study the individual species or a population with respect to its number in relation to the biotic and abiotic factors or its interrelationship between the physical environment and the members of its own species, called as earth ecology. And in scene ecology we study different species or all the species of the particular region, how they are interacting with one another, together with their interaction with the surrounding environment with respect to their number, feeding rate, birth rate, death rate, etc., called as scene ecology. So this is about the topic 1. Next time we will continue with a second topic, that is ecosystem. So next time we will start with a second topic, ecosystem. So today we will stop here. Thank you.